good afternoon, good morning, wherever it is, whatever time of day it is, where you are. I'm just want to vent a little bit more to tell people in this community, man, they need to be a little bit more humble when they talk to people, man. Because nobody knows everything, and needs to act like they know everything. I've learned being humble helps you learn, and it definitely helps you to be able it definitely helps you to be able to deal with other people on an interpersonal level. You don't need to act like you know everything, man, because nobody knows everything. And I'm one who's willing to put myself out there for sure. And if I get embarrassed, so be it. But at least I'm honest with myself to say that I don't know everything. That is why I've reached the level that I've reached because I listen to people who I know, definitely know, so I can then know. You understand? So that's just my words of wisdom to all the know-it-alls who think they know, because they're gonna end up alone talking to themselves, and nobody's gonna want to be bothered. For sure, definitely nobody is going to want to be bothered with these individuals. So let me see what I have here just to go over something. So I won't be talking myself into a so I won't be talking to myself into a quote. Let's see. All right. This is a new grammar book here, right? So let me just run through this a little bit to see what we could possibly get from this, right? This is the new grammar book here. I haven't actually read it yet, so I say let's go through a little bit of it together to see what we could get out of it. It's by Peter Balag, Egyptian Grammar, right? This is the latest Egyptian grammar book. Haven't been through it yet, so let's go through it together and see what we could possibly learn from it. This is an 860-page book. I'm doing this for the first time with you guys. So let's dig a little deep into it and see what we'll get into. Wow, the introduction is long as hell. Let's see what Peter Balag and others are saying. They have an editorial board, right? Which I didn't show you, but we can go back and show you that another time. Wow. All right, let's see. No, I'm not going through all that. James P. Allen is actually on this editorial board, right? So this is something that's setting up to be the new standard in actual grammar. So let's see if we can get into some of the text and see what's popping off. Yeah, I don't want to go through all this writing system stuff. That's a little boring. Nobody wants to hear that. And I think, we've all been exposed to that before. I think. I want to think so, right? So let's see. What's this? Determinatives. As the omission of vowels result in countless homograms, i.e., lexonyms, different in meaning, the ancient Egyptian writing system often employs semograms to indicate the semantic class to which a lexical item belongs. The walking legs, for instance, can indicate movement, while the Sunday signals words that somehow belong to the category time. So there's the word Perth, which means to go forward. There's the word Haru, which means day. So they give you the Haru here, they give you the Sundisk here, and the walking legs here. Hai, to descend, again walking legs. Ter, again time, because it has the Sundisk in it. Was, were, shu, to open the day. We see the Sundays here again. Signs used in this fashion could best be called lexical classifiers in Egyptology. However, they are commonly known as determinatives. They have no phonetic value, and as in the examples above, they always appear last in the spelling order. Determinatives thus not only allow for the distinction of possible homograms, right? So this says Ankh, living person. The determinative is a sitting man. This says Ankh again, with a captive, a man with his arms tied behind his back. This is actually Sakir Ankh, which is well, that's Sakir Ankh. Ankh, determinative is a grain. Ankh, again, actions with the mouth, so this means to swear. But also provide an important reading aid, as every determinative marks the end of a word. Not every word, however, is spelled with the determinative. Give me 1 second. Let me drink some water. Generic determinatives, right? These would be from Gardner Science, right? This means a man. This means eat, drink, think, speak, feel. A group of people, official man in authority, exalted person, or deceased enemy, deceased as a dangerous being. You see, once again, you see the captive man here and the man being overthrown, right? High praise, rejoice, support. Forced labor effort, lie down, dead, buried. So we see the determinative. We see these are commonly used determinatives. We see these, we read the language, we see these all the time, right? So you should be familiar. Female person, lift, carry, young child, sit, old, weak, lean upon, deceased again, mummy likeness, shake, praise, weak, weary, sit, and hair. So we know that these determinatives are used in several different words. For hair and to describe some sort of physical description. Should be familiar with the word praise because we see it all the time. Dua, we know that. Right. This is Ramech here. Right? We know that already. So let's go down some more. See what else we have here. Got I, actions of the I, right? You know words like erit or which means to do, or simply I, right? You have no smell, joy, content. Tooth, or action of tooth. Offer or praise. Know that one as ready. Envelop, embrace. Walk, run, move. Leg, foot, actions and conditions of the foot. Cattle, we should know that one. Animal skin. Birds, insects. A god or a king. A snake or a worm. For plants, for corn. Wine, fruit, garden. Sunlight time. You know, this is the raw determinative here, or sun disk. Star hour, desert, foreign country. Land, we should know, we definitely know some of these alternatives. Sheet of water, foreign country or person. Building, a stone. Boat, ships, navigation. A box of coffin, fire, heat, cook. We should definitely be familiar with this one because they're very common, of course, right? Actions and conditions of the eye, air, actions and conditions of the air. Forced labor effort, an arm, a cease. Flesh or limb, move forward, return. A phallus, we got urine. Savage, fish. Small, bad, or weak. Goddess or queen, a tree, wood tree. We got grain, we got sky, we got night, darkness. We got road, travel position, sand, mineral, pellet, irrigated land, water, liquid, actions con- connected to liquid. Right, so this is the 049. Here the same as a town, village, or kemet, a door or open, air, wind, sail, sacred bark of Ra, shrine, mat, knife, or cut. Cultivate, hack up, you got cup, you got vessel, you got ointment, anoint. Copper, cake or offering, break divide cross, you got rope, pots, festival, textiles, cloth, linen, bind. Abstract things, books are right. Now we're going to group determinatives. Right. Going to group determinatives, right? All right. Let's keep going. A determinant cannot only indicate the meaning of an individual word, but may also follow an entire phrase, most commonly in an expression designates a person or group of persons based on a particular quality, right? So this would be in the eloquent peasant, Neb Sagur, Lord of Silence. Oh boy, I don't know what this one is, but it says Neb here, Neb Ka'awu, Lord of Breath. This is again, I don't know exactly what that means. Nefer Wu Ka. Those with beautiful cars. Nasut E Tepu A. Former kings. Wati Khan. Those who troublesome. As both logograms and determinatives are employed on a semantic level, either represent the word that is closely related to the object represented by the hieroglyphic sign or indicating the semantic class of a lexical unit. They can commonly be classified as semograms. There is, in fact, no absolute distinction between the two subcategories, but the determinant can also be employed as abbreviation for a noun or an action and thus serve as an irregular logogram. Succor, to sleep. Sawar, to drink. Sawar, to drink. That's the term of the day. Phonograms, on the other hand, disregard the semantic implication of the pictorial. Give me a second. Right, I've been going for a while, so I'm gonna continue. Right, I'm definitely gonna continue. Phonograms, on the other hand, disregard the semantic implication of the pictorial sign and merely represent a phonetic value of 1 to 3 consonants. As many signs, however, can be employed in different ways, the semographic use of a hieroglyphic symbol is often indicated by a stroke, which means literal, especially if a sign serves as a logogram. So tap means head, as a phonogram, tap upon, tap as a determinative in maha, back of the head, as a logogram. Mu, water, as a phonogram. Muait, urine, as a determinative in Niwi, flood. This so-called semograph stroke has to be distinguished from a stroke that is merely used as a space killer and particularly found in small or long broadsides. Rapper or high to descend, right, to descend. Particulars of the hieroglyphic writing system. Phonetic complements. The phonetic value of a multilingual sign can be specified by one or more unilateral, only rarely used by bilateral signs, i.e., the so-called phonographic complements. Phonetic complements have no bearing on the pronunciation, such complementation, however, is not arbitrary, but as a rule, a possible specification of the first consonant precedes the multilateral sign, where a possible complement of the last consonant follows the multilateral sign. A possible middle consonant may be added to either side. Bilateral signs are commonly completed to the rear. Any unilateral sign followed by bilateral sign is thus most likely to be considered a phonetic complement. Ha, determinative force. So this is the determinative here. Nehi, right? A determinative is this here, which means forever. Wa ha ah. It's a movement to proceed, right? To break, eternity to proceed. These general rules bear particular importance for the various verb classes that have both a base stem and a geminated stem, right? So you have ma'a versus ma'a, no, oh, no, ma versus ma'a. When versus when. Okay. You see the subtle differences there, right? In a few cases, but still common, a bilateral sign is completed to either side. Ha, hen, alternative bad. So I guess that's one hand, one hand, right? Hanes, to be narrow. E, ma, fear, lamentation. Ma'a, rare. So you see what they say, right? The completement of a multilateral sign, only to be front, however, is obsolete and rare in Middle Egyptian. Most examples either trace back to earlier times or arise from a desire to fill an empty space, as in the following examples, which employ a unilateral sign above a broad, narrow sign. Right. So let's go back. All right. How? Determinative. This is the determinative, right? Hawusi, to stir. Tem, atum. Ha, nem, sit. Unless to be further. The same basic rules apply to triliteral signs, which are commonly complemented either to the rear, right? Wahim, right? Abstract, to repeat. Hanem, to unite with. Kep, to fumigate. So to show you the phonetic complements is right here. Nefer, right. F plus R, to be good. This is already nefer here, but the F and the R are phonetic complements. On, to live. Sma, to be mighty, or to either side. Shem, so you have a S here and an M here, right? To be mighty. Temek. You have the M and the C to unite. Wasir to be strong. So we have the W here and the R here, right? Two phonetic complements, right? I'm going to stop here for the moment because I'm getting tired of talking. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Have a blessed day.